Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to Chase Academy and welcome to English Grade 11 video lecture series. I'm your instructor Zia Hamid. I hope students that you're doing well. Let's get started with our lecture. Today we have a students learning outcome under discussion and this is related to words and your resource materials or reference materials. So we are talking about the competency of vocabulary. Now, students, this is our lecture 2 of our unit number 6. First, verify the preliminary determination of the meaning of a word or phrase. For example, we can do these things by checking the inferred meaning, the implied meaning in context or in a dictionary. Students, when we are talking about reading comprehension, a very important thing is that we understand what we read. And sometimes we get stuck on difficult words or unknown words. So, how do we find the meaning of these words as we are reading the text? So, we can do this by checking the inferred meaning or in context. We can use context clues, we can use different reference or materials like dictionary or thesaurus or glossaries and so on. So, there are different ways of determining the meaning of a word according to the context that we are reading. So, it depends upon the text and its context. This is the first SLO that we will cover. And secondly, this SLO is mostly recurring. This is about using and consulting general and specialized reference materials. It means your dictionaries, glossaries, thesauruses, we consult these reference materials in both the print and digital form to find all these different pronunciations, different kinds of definitions or meanings of a word and part of speech, or also the origin, the background and the history of that word. So, these two SLOs are very much important. The second one is we have already done. So, we are going to apply it in this lecture. I hope that you have got your dictionaries with you or you have access to the digital or online dictionaries because we are going to practice it. So, now students, the first SLO, this is without using any kind of reference material. And the second one asks you to apply. So, when we are learning the first one, just keep holding on to your dictionaries and use your prior knowledge and context clues to identify the meaning of the word or any phrase. Now, this is your vertical linkage, dear learners, of this SLO with the previous grade. This is for extra and additional information. Now, students, let's think about it. Think of a time when you misunderstood a word or phrase and what happened. Obviously, when we are misunderstanding any word or when we are misunderstanding any phrase while we are reading, we actually lack understanding of the whole context and of the whole message. That one word or two words, they are very much important to understand. So, we, instead of getting deviated from the real meaning or the real message of the text or the main idea, we should understand each and every word of the text that we are reading. Now, how did you figure out the correct meaning? So, when you got the meaning of a word wrong, or when you applied a wrong definition to a word in different context, then what was your experience? How did you figure out that this is not the right meaning? Please start discussing about this for 2 or 3 minutes in the class if you're watching in with your class, and you can type it in the comment below as well. So, this is our brainstorming session. So, do this quickly and come back soon. Now, students, this is an extract from the book. I hope that you have got your books with you. This is an excerpt or extract called A Story of Priorities and a Jar. Now, students, while reading this blog or this article, we may find so many different words. The subtitle is Tips for Squeezing More into Your Life, and this is written by Mary Julie Esfording. This is the introduction about the author, because when we are reading about the author, we are actually understanding the context and the mindset of the author or the writer who's written the text. So, Bobby Jebb the first woman to have run the entire Boston Marathon, sculpted the 12-inch bronze figurines of a pony-tailed girl running that were given as trophies to Joan Benoit Samuelson, Julie Brown, athlete, and is fording the top 3 women marathoners at the US Olympic trials in 1984. Now, students, you can look for the definition of these words, sculpted and figurines, and also you can figure out about their parts of speech from the dictionary as well. You have a glossary at the side of the chapter, so you can figure out and find out the meanings as well. So just like this, we may find so many different words. Now this is about this is a very motivational and encouraging kind of text. So we need to understand the context, we need to understand the positive words, the optimistic words, and then also some words of encouragement and appreciation. So when we are reading this, you can find the meanings to enhance your vocabulary and all these upcoming words. Now, by reading this extract, students, we can do the activity preliminary determination of the meaning of a word. If we are unaware of the meaning of a word, how do we determine the right definition, the right understanding of the word? Here we have an example. You will observe that from the Magna Carta to the Declaration of Right, it has been the uniform policy of our Constitution to claim and assert our liberties as an entailed inheritance derived to us from our forefathers and to be transmitted to our posterity. Now, which of the given choices is the closest meaning to the bolded and underlined word? Without taking help from the resource or reference materials, we are going to figure out the word derived. So derived, inheritance, derived to us from our forefathers. So here, derive means passed on. Yes, because this is given on from one generation to the other. This is passed on, just like we pass something to somebody else. So this is how we determine the meaning of any word. Now, here this is an activity that we are going to do. By now, you can pause the video, answer each questions, and match your answers. In the given passage, what does the word dread most likely mean? So, if you go back to the text, we have a word dread over here. Now, find it quickly, find the word dread, and try to understand what is the meaning of that word. Yes. So, dread, does it mean anticipation with excitement, joyful and cheerful anticipation, fear or apprehension, or enthusiasm and eagerness? So, we are going to determine the meaning by using context clues. And students, what are these context clues? These are example clues, explanation clues, synonym or antonym clues, or inferential clues. These are the clues that we have already studied. In one of the previous SLOs, in one of the previous lessons. So apply these context clues and find the meaning of this word. Now, just like this, do this activity right now. Let me do the full screen for you. All right. Now, your task is to find the quoted words, reproach or commotion, and find the right meaning. Now, students, I would like you to use these simulation links if you have the accessibility and the feasibility of doing so. Here is Oxford Learners Dictionaries for you to get the meaning of these words, and a Cambridge dictionary as well. You can access these, and this is all about today's lecture, students. You will get all these resources, and in these resources you will get so many different practice questions to practice on and to enhance your vocabulary and determine the meaning of any word. So now let me show you a worksheet over here. Just give me a moment. Yes. Now, students, this is the quiz, or you can call it a worksheet. The young children laid on the blanket and looked up at the sky. The fireworks illuminated the sky and sparkled above them. They wiped the sweat from their face and grinned with excitement at the bright colors. Now, we have to infer, what does illuminated means? Lit up, boomed, danced, or hot? So, let's get this. The fireworks has light. It has light. So it lit up the faces of the children. So lit up. Answer number B, option B is the correct one. Emma loved her tattered toy. We need to understand what is the meaning of the word tattered. Special, very used, important, or brand new. Teddy was almost worn out. Worn out means used mostly to the point that it is actually used so much with ripped edges. The edges are ripped. This is a very old kind of and used kind of a teddy bear, and there are holes all over. So what do we mean by the word tattered? Now, without using anything, without using any help, let's see. Infer what the word tattered means. Special, very used, important, or brand new. So if you look at the context, we know that C is the right option over here. Used. Now, what words help you infer the meaning? Let's understand. What are those words that help us to reach out to the correct meaning? All over, every night. Option A, no. Loved, slept, no. Option B, tattered toy. This was the word. Option D, worn out, ripped edges, holes. These are the words that helped us in finding out the meaning of the word tattered. Larry's dad yelled up the stairs, "Get down here pronto." Larry knew that his dad was in a hurry or they would be late for church. Now, what is the word pronto means? Get down here pronto. Quickly, calmly, quietly, or loudly. He was getting late. He was in a hurry. So pronto here, it can be meant quickly. And the last one, now all of the rest of the MCQs will be solved by you. What words helped you infer the meaning of pronto? So let's understand, let's think. So the word hurry and late, these are the words, option C, that helped us infer the meaning of. So these are the context clues that we had. So these are the synonym clues that we used to find the meaning. So solve all the remaining questions, the 5 remaining questions by yourself, and practice your learning outcome. So can we open the skill sheet? Yes. Now students, for the skill sheet, you are going to use your reference material. Open up your dictionary, choose a word, write down the part of speech that the word belongs to, definition, the synonyms or antonyms, the similar and dissimilar words that you can find, and also the etymology if it is written over there. Then you have to unscramble these scrambled words and find the right spelling. So this is a very short, quick skill sheet. And do we have a question bank available? Yes, this is the question bank containing all these different words. Someone who carries a message is worker, messenger, peacemaker, foreigner, or stranger. So it is a messenger. So solve all these questions and practice your learning outcome. This is all about today's lecture, dear students. Now it's up to you to practice it. I'll see you in the next video lesson. Till then, take care of yourselves and Allah.